fastest show in sports.
There is nothing more dramatic. There is nothing more sympathetic. There is nothing more enigmatic, if you will, than this time of year when people get a chance to either love or hate the Dallas Cowboys. And they make it so damn easy.
We traded Micah Parsons to the Packers? Nah, this is fake. Wait, is this real? Rah! That's really all we got. 2 first-round picks. Why would we trade him to the Packers of all people? 2 first-rounders! We traded him for 2 first-rounders! I'm not watching football this year. I promise you. This got to be the worst trade in Cowboys history. There's going to be a press conference tonight. I can't wait to hear what Jerry's going to say here. I hate Jerry Jones! We just traded a generational talent in his prime for 2 first-round picks! Why would you do this right before the season? Jerry! Maybe there was something wrong with his back. I'm not watching football this year. I ain't going to no game. I just bought a Micah Parsons jersey. Who is Kenny Clark? Get Jerry Jones out of there by any means possible. We play the Eagles week 1. What is Kenny Clark gonna do? We didn't have to trade him. We had his rights the next 3 years. Make him sit out and lose money. First Luka, now Micah. Why? Jerry Jones has gone insane. Man doesn't know how to negotiate. I was excited for this year. Now I gotta listen to Packers fans. We got blown out by the Packers and now they got Micah? I would have paid him $47 million. That's gonna look like nothing in a couple years. You know how hard it is to be a Cowboys fan? It's the worst trade ever. 2 first-round picks. 2 late-round first picks right before the season? I have nothing to look forward to. Are we tanking for Arch Manning? Why would we pay Dak and CD but not Micah? I hate you, Jerry Jones. I hate you. I'm done.
Dallas Cowboy fans everywhere, your lives are over. Once again, Jerry Jones, the old man by the sea, screaming once again to destroy your lives, destroy your team, make Sundays in the fall bad for you. You have no chance whatsoever. You've lost again. Micah Parsons is gone, and the Dallas Cowboys suddenly find themselves to be a team that possibly can't win a single game a year. It is the Dallas Cowboys curse. Mike, we are there once again. Every single time we get around to it, it's the Dallas Cowboys. They run the roost in the NFL. And these fans, Mike, we need to feel sorry for them. They're our brothers and sisters.
You know, our brothers and sisters, yes. And that was Dak's younger brother, too. They're just, okay. We speaking of rednecks, let's talk about Jerry Jones. All right, let's talk about the Jera. Look, the guy's been in business for a while. This is the thing about a place like the Dallas Cowboys. You don't have to sell Super Bowls. You just sell hope, and that's what he's been selling forever. It's still if it's not the most valuable franchise in the world, it's very close.
I think it still is. Every now and then when I look at it, I think it still bounces back and forth. There's a couple of franchises.
Yeah, I mean, like the
Yankees, but I think it's worth something like, I don't know, $8, $9, $10 billion. Jerry doesn't give a damn.
I mean, no, he doesn't care. That's the thing. It's sort of like, as long as he's running the show, as long as he's in charge. I don't want to say Jerry Jones is racist, because that's just a cop out, because we got into a disagreement with another black kid. Yeah. But did you ever see the story Sally Jenkins and David Marinus wrote about 3 years ago?
No.
And it was they had sort of talked about how Jerry never hired a black coach, and there was some there was some. It was part of a series about, blacked out or whatever. Like there's just not enough black coaches in the NFL. We all know that. You'll give people of color only so much of a leash to be a quarterback for your team, be a coordinator for your team. People in our world still don't want black players running teams.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin is one of the few exceptions.
We can't boil this down to black players. I mean, this
well,
thing with
it's
Micah
not,
Parsons is all about
I'm just
the fact
saying.
that Jerry thought he and Micah's agent had a deal in the spring. Came back, the agent said, "Kiss my ass." According to Jerry, that's what he said. The agent denies it.
Okay,
They came back
right,
in,
right
they
there. Let
went
me
into
stop. Let me
negotiations,
stop.
and Jerry didn't want to pay him. Jerry's got more money
Let
than
me
God,
stop
but
you
he doesn't
right
want to
there.
pay Micah Parsons, so he jettisons him,
Let me
send him to Green Bay.
let me stop you right now.
Go ahead.
According to Jerry Jones. Come on. According to Jerry.
Well,
Anyway, this story, let me finish. This story by Sally Jenkins and David Marinas, two of the best reporters, not just in sports, but in journalism. They unearthed a picture of Jerry on the steps of the North Arkansas High School during the integration of that high school. There's an AP photo. Jerry's, there's all these ugly ringleaders, white guys just shouting in the front of these six black guys trying to integrate the high school. It's 1957. Jerry Jones is in the background. They found his photo. He's only 14. He says he only went there to
right. He's only
observe.
14.
Okay, but I'm just saying. That was the cradle of your upbringing. Do you know how long it takes to unwire your neurons in that way?
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
Jerry
We're
Jones
walking
is
into.
not running the plant. Jerry Jones is not running the plantation, Ed, but he still likes to be the master in charge.
There's two different stories going on here. Jerry Jones is an exceptionally wealthy individual who owns one of the most valuable franchises in sports history. He calls himself the general manager or whatever it is. He puts himself in charge because he doesn't trust anybody else. He's an egomaniac ass. So basically, he has been the reason why this franchise has been so desperately trying to win a championship for how many years? We can't. I'm sorry,
And
but
he has,
I can't take the trading of Micah Parsons and put racism in there. I don't care what he did at the age of 14.
And he has he has racial baggage that takes years to get a hold of. I'm just saying. Think of a white player that Jerry Jones went to, went to the woodshed with over a contract. I'm trying to think of somebody. I'm really trying to think of somebody
I don't
hard.
think that's
Ed.
part of the discussion, though. The reason why Jerry traded him is because they gave fat contracts to other players. There's a salary cap in the NFL. There's only so much money you can spend. He spent it on players like Dak Prescott. He gave Dak Prescott, a black man, a tremendous amount of money, and he has never quite been the quarterback that he's supposed to be for all that cash. Jerry's made terrible financial moves, personnel moves, and that's the reason why. Plus, he felt like he was being dissed, if you will, when he says, and again I say it, that the agent told him to kiss his ass. Whatever it is, this is part of negotiation. That was
categorical.
He's a terrible guy to negotiate here. And we can't say he's destroyed the franchise because the franchise is still worth more money than God.
No, so I'll look at it from this angle. The agent, through different people, categorically denied he ever. It said they've said
Yes, he did.
the agent wouldn't even speak like that. They wouldn't even speak like that. He would not say that. So I guess what I'm saying is there might have been some. Look, I'm sure it's over money. I'm just saying some of this stuff comes into play. He wanted to be the boss. He's already filthy rich. It doesn't matter to him. He wants to win another Super Bowl, but he's got to be the boss. He's got, it's sort of like
that's just it, Mike.
I mean,
it's not about racism. This is about he just wants to be the boss. He's got that.
If you can't relinquish control,
Trump idea that he's the king, the Lord, the emperor, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And guess what? He can. He owns the team. If he wants to sell the players out tomorrow, he can do it.
So what? It's the most profitable franchise in the world. Like you're right. You just spend you decide how you spend your money. You're still the richest franchise in the world. So I don't really want to hear this was about money. I just can't. All right. So Micah Parsons got a great deal. The Dallas Dallas sports fans in general are suffering still from the Luka Doncic deal, which is still the worst blockbuster trade in the history of the NBA. In my book, it'll come out 5 years later. If Luka does not win a title, if he doesn't even get the Lakers back to a finals in the next 5 years, then we can revisit it and say, I can't even. Nico, what's his name? The general manager who was an idiot when he was at Nike and he blew the Steph Curry deal. We can revisit that and say, you should still be employed somewhere. But the bottom line is it's a rough go for right now for these Dallas fans. And I'm just worried they're going to get rid of Cooper Flagg before he suits up.
It's the thing, though, when it comes to Dallas in the National Football League, and I've said this before on the show, I love it when the Dallas Cowboys lose. I love it when the New York Jets lose. It's like there's a perfect Sunday. If the two of them hit the trifecta or the perfecta, and both of them lose, let me see. If you want to hit a trifecta on a Sunday in the NFL,
Why do you hate the Jets? Why do you hate the Jets?
It would have to be the Cowboys, and I can't even think of a third team that I despise quite as badly. I mean, it's just, but to have them continue to lose, we got to feel sorry for them. Mike, we got to do something. The psyche of the Dallas Cowboys fans is explosive at this point. They're gonna suck again this season, very likely. We're gonna make fun of them. They'll be made fun of, and Jerry Jones doesn't care.
Well,
I mean, this is
well,
but the National Football League is
Jerry
think
Jones.
They got an owner who's got more money than anybody, and he basically isn't doing what it takes to make this team a winner. He keeps cutting stupid deals and spending stupid money because he doesn't have somebody in charge. There's no football guy in charge here, Mike.
Jerry Jones is morphing into Dan Snyder now that Snyder's gone. It's sad, but true. Look, I don't care. Like, Jerry Jones is 82. He's got maybe another 5 years left. I mean, he doesn't look like he's in the best shape. All he does is spend his time getting Botox.
He'll outlive everybody.
It probably, yeah.
He'll outlive you. He'll outlive me. He'll live to be 189.
I don't. Micah Parsons is a very special player, but
yes,
I think it was
he's
Stan
a generational
Verrett.
player.
Stan Verrett and Neil Everett are trying to get their show back together, Sands Sports Center. And they asked a question on the internet the other day, and they're tremendous guys, both of them. They asked a question like, what was a more damaging trade to the city of Dallas? And because the Cowboys are so big, I'm sure this will almost be even more value.
This overshadows the Doncic trade. Absolutely.
Yeah, but on a scale of effectiveness, I mean, Micah Parsons is one of 22 players on a 100-yard field. Luka Doncic is one of 10 players on a 94-foot court that has the ball almost all the time. This affects the winning and losing of the Dallas Cowboys less than it does the Dallas Mavericks. So let's get away from that.
I think he can make a case for that. But
he's a defensive player.
But
he's not a quarterback.
Player on a defense that actually had a chance to be very good. He's 26 years of age. He's a generational player. You don't dump a guy like this for a couple of first-round draft picks that are probably going to be late-round picks, knowing the Packers and the way they win. It's just not a fair trade whatsoever. Look, I think you can replace.
I know it's not a fair trade.
I think you can replace a Luka Doncic better than you can replace on defense a Micah Parsons.
You're wrong about that, but okay. You could say that. But Micah Parsons was not going to make or break the Dallas Cowboys. Let's put it that way.
The guy who
we'll disagree on that.
I think it will.
We'll disagree on that, but I'm not buying it. But good for the Packers. Good for the Packers.
Yeah, we got to stop looking at it. If you're a Packers fan right now, you're going, hey, we conned this guy perfectly.
Yeah.
We gave up a couple of picks. The Packers don't usually give up picks, but they gave up picks this time because you have a chance at, as I said, a generational player. And we'll have to. But the thing about it is, this throws the NFL completely out of whack, at least in the NFC right now, to begin the season. Week before the regular season begins, and you do this. I mean, I got people in Dallas right now that I've talked to. They said they're already putting themselves in for a 6-11 season, and that's not beyond the realm of possibility.
Well, I think the odds. The bookmakers had the Packers at what was it, 20-1 to win the Super Bowl, and now they're at 14-1, and the Cowboys went from 50-1 to win the Super Bowl to 60-1. So. However you look at that, the trade tilted in the Packers' favor economically right away. Look, I don't root for the I only rooted for the Cowboys when Snyder was the owner of Washington. I knew that it made him miserable when they won.
Just to get Snyder to lose, yeah.
And I didn't like, and I was against the team's name until it changed. And so now, but they got Jaden Daniels. They got a little hope. And if they don't, if the ICE agents don't arrest some of the players on the streets of DC this year, we could, Washington can have a year.
That's all, folks.